So XRP is shaping up nicely, and here you can see that I've been looking at for XRP to tap into this range between $4.06 to $5.42, and I've been tracking a 5-foot structure, and so it's possible that we are within this fifth wave to the upside, and then shortly after we'll then see a bigger retracement. But of course, that's something I'm going to be tracking in the weeks or months to come. And the fifth wave would typically retrace anywhere between 1.236 to 1.618 of the wave 4, which is this move to the downside over here. So very quickly, if I bring in the fib tool and bring it to over here, so this region sits within the 1.226 to 1.618 level. And so, yeah, it's possible that we are now within this fifth wave, and what we need is a 5-wave structure to form to complete that fifth wave. And so if I drop down to the 4-hour chart, what you can see is this 5-wave structure that's highlighted in green is something I've been tracking for the past few months. And it's possible that we are within this third wave, which also has to be made up of 5 waves, and that 5-wave structure is highlighted in yellow. And so in my previous update, I mentioned how I was looking at for this move to the downside, made up of a WXY structure, and I set out the Y wave to tap into this region here between $2.55 to $2.68. And here you can see that we ended up falling short of that region, which is the 1 to 1.226 retracement of the wave W. But we did meet the minimum requirement for the Y wave, and so the WXY structure is still valid despite not tapping into this range here. And so I'm looking at for the wave 4 to have bottomed out at this level here, which sits at $2.72.8, and for XRP to be within its fifth wave to the upside. But this fifth wave has to be made up of 5 waves in order for this structure to be valid. And so it's possible that this recent move to the upside formed the wave 1, and then where this move to the downside to be the wave 2, and then we see the wave 3, 4, and 5 play out. And so this wave 3 would have to reach the 1.618 level as a minimum requirement. So if I bring in the fib tool and bring it to $2.90.14, and so the next key target for XRP would be this level here as a minimum requirement to complete the third wave at $3.58.15. And then shortly after, we'll then see the wave 4 and the wave 5 play out. And so it looks like we are within this third wave. So this third wave will also have to be made up of 5 waves. And so what I'm looking at for right now is for this move to be the wave 1, and then this correction move to the downside to be the wave 2, and then we see the wave 3, 4, and 5 play out. And so that 5-wave structure has the potential to go even higher than this level here. And so if I bring in the fib tool and bring this to over here at $3.10.41. So what you can see is the wave 3 as a minimum requirement will have to reach this level here at $3.97.87. And then we'll see the wave 4 and the wave 5 play out to complete this third wave. And then we'll see the 4th wave and the 5th wave play out to then complete this 5th wave here. And so, yeah, as it stands, it looks like XRP is bullish. But with that being said, you can see that on the 4-hour chart, the bears currently have the momentum. And so we could continue to see that move to the downside. And so the next key level really to be keeping an eye on would be the EMA levels, which during time recording sits between $3.01 to $3.17. And if I go in the 8-hour chart, what you can see is the bulls still have the momentum. So I am still looking out for a further push to the upside where we could see XRP tap into this range between $3.85 to $4.18. And so if I drop down to, in fact, if I drop down to the hourly chart, what I'll be looking at for right now is to see if whether or not this corrective move to the downside is now complete. And so if I bring in the fib tool and bring this to over here at $3.34.75. And so, yeah, here the Y wave ended up tapping into its typical range, which is anywhere between 1 to 1.236. And then we had this corrective move to the upside, followed by another push to the downside. And so we have a bigger WXY structure that's forming. So if I remove this and bring in the fib tool once again, and bring this to over here at $3.33.42. And so again, that Y wave would typically reach anywhere between 1 to 1.236. And you can see that we ended up tapping into that range where we ended up reaching $3.10.41. And so it's possible that we ended up completing the WXY structure, and then we see that further push to the upside, where we can then breach past this level here. And that level sits at $3.38.25. And in doing so, that will then confirm that we are on a bullish trend. And so this is the next move that I'll be looking at for. And should that be the case, then it's possible that we'll then tap into this range here. And that will then play in line with this structure that I'm currently tracking, where we then complete the third wave, and we see the wave 4 and 5 play out to complete the bigger fifth wave. But of course, that's something I'm going to be tracking in the days and weeks to come, and I'll keep you guys updated. And so, yeah, that's just my update on XRP. Hopefully you found this useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit that like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.